Why do great artists stay broke? It's not because they're not talented. It's because they were never taught how to build a business around their art. Artists learn how to create, but they usually don't learn how to find buyers, build an audience, and create a system that brings clients to them. And contrary to what some people might say, posting on social media and hoping someone discovers you is not a business strategy. You need a system, and that system starts with building an email list. The first thing you need to know is, who is your buyer? You cannot sell effectively if you don't know who you're trying to reach. You need to identify the people most likely to buy what you create. That could include collectors, interior designers, businesses, and commission clients. The bottom line is that you must know your market first. Everything else depends on this. Once you know your audience, you need to create a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is something valuable that people receive in exchange for their email address. It could be a report, a guide, a checklist, a video, or a tutorial. But the key element is this: your lead magnet must be created for the right market. For example, if you use a title like the top 10 things that internet marketers need to know, you'll get people to sign up, but they will be the tire kickers, looky-loos, and people without money. A better title would be How Top Affiliate Marketers Earn Thousands of Dollars per Month with YouTube Ads. So the obvious question is, why does this work? Because it tells people this is for affiliate marketers. This is for people who want to earn thousands of dollars per month, and they need to use YouTube ads. This title attracts serious people who want to earn more money, and they know that YouTube ads are not cheap. And this immediately filters out the freebie seekers and tire kickers. So once you have your lead magnet, you need to have a system of capturing the information. So you'll need an opt-in page, a thank you page, and an email delivery system. So here's how it works. Someone goes to your opt-in page and signs up. They receive the report or whatever item you have on the thank you page, and they also receive it in their email. Now, if you're wondering, why do you do it with both? Because things fail. Emails get lost. Downloads don't always work. And it's important to give people two ways to receive what they asked for. But even then, sometimes this doesn't work and people will complain. And when that happens, you send the file to them manually. The next thing you need to think about is building your list. Now, the number one question comes up, well, how do you do that? Well, the first most obvious way is through advertising, paying for traffic. But that can get expensive really quickly, especially if you don't know how to do that kind of marketing. Fortunately, there are other ways of building your business without spending any money. And one way is through joint ventures. And this is something that I did many years ago. At the time, I took an internet marketing course called Protégé. And in the course, there was a chapter on joint ventures. At the time, I made use of a program called Copernic Agent, and that helped me find marketing opportunities. Eventually, I wound up creating a deal with a software company, and when the deal went through, they sold over 11,000 copies of my books, and I earned over $90,000 in royalties. I also met another guy who was using their software, and we created a joint venture deal as well. So the important thing to understand is that I didn't spend any money on advertising. And in terms of finding the clients, I spent about an hour a day for 3 weeks looking for potential companies and opportunities. And I used keywords that match my target market and Copernic Agent. Now today you can use tools like ChatGPT, Claude, LinkedIn, or Facebook to find your target audience. Another way to build your list is by using something called guest posting. And guest posting means writing articles for blogs that match your target market. And at the end of each article is a section called an author's resource box where you can create a call to action that sends people back to your site for an offer. And this allows you to build your list. So guest posting can definitely help you, but it takes time. Now, when you're looking for guest posting opportunities, you want to make sure you work with high-value sites and sites that get a lot of traffic, comments, and shares. Now, one person who used guest posting successfully was a guy by the name of Danny Eine. Now, I know this because I spoke to him personally. He used guest posting to build his business and his audience. And there are other ways of building your list, which I am doing personally, such as getting on podcasts and doing public speaking. And when you do that, you want to talk to the people hosting the event or podcast and see if you can create a joint venture relationship with them where you can help them and where they can help you. And if you're able to create those kinds of relationships, you'll be able to grow your list far faster than trying to build it manually. The big takeaway is you don't have to spend any money on advertising to build your list. You can already find people who have access to your target market and create relationships where everyone wins. So once someone joins your email list, this is only the beginning. Now you need to build the relationship. The first thing you do is send them a message that gives them the download that you talked about in your opt-in sequence. Next, you'll want to send a series of emails that will address their biggest problems. You want to teach them, help them, and show them that you understand what they need. Once people know, like, and trust you, you then want to make an offer where you sell your services, classes, products, consulting, and if your artwork is part of your solution, you can introduce that as well. For my purposes, my list is focused on teaching people how to market themselves, so that's what I'll be doing in this series here. My art will be a second sequence where I sell my art on Shopify. And so the email list gives you a direct connection with people who are interested in what you do. Now, one of the things that comes up is some people talk about email list size, and size is not an indicator of success. As an example, I know of a marketer who has an audience of 300,000 people, but when I asked him how many people bought from him, he said 300. Well, that's the true list size. Now, it's possible that more people could become buyers, but his actual buyers were the 300 people who took action. The next obvious thing is like, well, how do you build this? Well, the number one tool that I recommend is a software product called Systeme.io. So let me spell that out for you. It's Systeme.io. It is free until you reach 2,000 subscribers. It allows you to create opt-in pages, funnels, email sequences, sales pages, payment links, membership sites, and a whole lot more. To recap, in order to build a successful online business, you must find your target market, find something they need, create a compelling offer that makes them want to sign up, deliver your offer, build your list, build trust, make offers, and rinse and repeat. As I was saying at the beginning, great artists don't stay broke because they lack talent. They stay broke because they don't have a system for finding buyers. So you need to stop chasing followers. You must stop hoping that people discover you, and you need to build a system, create a list, build relationships, and create buyers on demand. Now, are you ready for the next step? If you made it this far, you understand something that many artists never do. Talent alone is not enough. You need a system that consistently brings you buyers. Now, do you want me to show you my entire system? For just $29.95 a month, I'll show you everything I know about building an online business using internet marketing. We'll cover topics like finding your ideal market, building your email list, creating lead magnets that attract buyers, writing email sequences that build trust, getting traffic without spending a fortune on advertising, joint ventures, guest posting, podcasts, public speaking, AI tools to help you work faster, webinars, and much, much more. My goal is simple: to help you build a predictable system that brings qualified buyers to your business so you're spending more time creating and less time worrying about your next sale. So if this appeals to you, click on the link below to join the membership. And I have one more offer for you. You might be listening to all of this and watching what I have in this presentation. You might be going, "Oh my God, this is great, but it's way too much." And now this makes sense, but I'm not technical, or I don't know where to start, or I don't have time to figure out all this by myself. And if that's where you are, you're not alone. And the best way to deal with this is to book a free consultation with me, and we'll talk about your business, where you are now, what's holding you back, and what you want to accomplish. Now I'll help you identify the biggest opportunities, answer your questions, and recommend the simplest path forward. And if we're a good fit, we'll talk about the next steps. And if I'm not the one for you, you'll have a much better idea of what to do next. So, if this works for you, click on the link below to schedule your free consultation.